So how are you today, Dr. John?
No, not too bad.
What do you prefer, John or Dr. John?
Oh, Dr. John.
So tell us a little bit about where you're from.
I was born here in Takapuna.
So what were you like as a kid in high school?
I didn't do very well in high school. I'm a second year fifth. I missed school certificate the first time, and then I never got UE. I tried it twice and failed.
When you were a child, what did you want to grow up to be?
Nothing particularly.
So where did you go from making films at home to actually studying film?
I started making films with school kids. I had to convince the school inspectors. I finally persuaded the inspectors of the school.
So was it the film that drew you across to an interest in musicals and theatre, or was that something that you had been interested in all along?
No, not really. Musicals for schools that were pretty pathetic. A rebellious schoolgirl, which appealed to me.
So looking around, it looks like you have a fair collection of antiques, a lot to do with theatre, but what's the story behind the suit of armour?
The room had this dark red look to it and really lacks as a suit of armour. She said, "Where are you going to find a suit of armour?" I found a guy in Titirangi.
Although you have a PhD in film and media studies, I understand that you're also a playwright. I was curious, which one came first?
Oh, the playwriting came first.
Did you find that being a playwright added to the pursuit of your PhD? So do you think that studying film, not only theatre, also helps with writing plays and musicals for theatre?
I suppose so.
So you said something about your first script that you wrote. Is there anything else that inspired you to write that?
Well, the first screenplay I wrote was based on the first novel that I wrote, historical novels with a twist. So I called the novel Uncommon Enemy. The novel did reasonably well. Writing a novel, people aren't seeing anything. They're only reading the words on the page. Then I developed a screenplay, but I enjoyed writing the screenplay. That developed my expertise in screenplay writing, which I teach at SAE.
Did you find it a lot different writing for stage as opposed to writing novels or writing for film?
Yes, they're all different.
So what has been your most successful musical?
Starblaze, they're being done using the backing tracks, using my lyrics, using my words.
So is there any reoccurring themes across your plays and musicals? Seems like you usually have a female lead.
Yes, generally have a female lead.
How do you go about writing your musicals? Do you have a process behind it?
Good question. Come up with a theme, then I start writing the story, and often I've got no idea where it goes.
How early in the process do you come up with the characters?
A good scriptwriter is a troublemaker.
So you're saying about the musical Pirates in Petticoats. How long have you been working on that for?
Oh, about 6 months. And if I write a joke and no one thinks it's funny, then I think it's the best joke I've ever written. It's not an ego trip thing.
You also mentioned that you're working with Mel Smith, who is composing the music for it. How do you find it being a collaborative event, working but essentially creating your vision of the show?
It's good.
Well, thanks for that, Dr. John. We've got a good sight into what you do and who you are. Thanks for that.
Got it. Excellent.